to my presentation of the third out of the four AICE Media CCR questions. So today we're going to be discussing how did I become a better filmmaker, what did I learn about filmmaking from beginning to end, planning, directing, and editing the trailer, and the key takeaways from the course. So first we're going to begin with how did I become a better filmmaker. Prior to being enrolled in the class, I had no experience working with technical elements when filming. My knowledge in filmmaking went to the extent of the editing process and interpreting the scenes and clips, but not anything including the level of focus, depth of field, and rule of thirds. However, within the first semester, I learned all the technical elements and the importance they serve when developing a film. This allowed me to incorporate technical elements that match with the mood and intensity of the scene. Here are some examples of before and after applying course techniques. On the left, you can see the before photos where the pictures don't have any course technique applied, and on the right, the photos with the course techniques applied, such as editing, color correction, are visible and more vibrant compared to the before photos. What did I learn about filmmaking from beginning to end? Throughout the process of organizing the trailer and editing, I learned many useful skills through Premiere Pro and the new features available on an iPhone. I learned that the feature cinematic mode through the camera app allows for different levels of depth of field to be maintained and recorded, which became useful when recording nature scenes to insert between other clips in my trailer. As for Premiere Pro, I learned how to adjust color correction through their color correcting feature. This was especially helpful when making sure that the overall mood of the trailer was changing based on the color variation. Cinematic mode examples. On the left, you can see the shallow focus on the duck, where the tree is more visible and in focus compared to the duck. And on the right, the duck is more visible and clear, and the tree is more blurry. Planning, directing, and editing the trailer. When planning the trailer originally, I decided to do a thriller and action film since those are my two favorite genres. When drafting my trailer, I sketched out the scenes so that I could plan the position of the camera and the depth level. I began shooting the scenes for my action film when I realized this wasn't the best direction for my cast and our availability, which is when I decided to redirect which genre the trailer would be. Instead of the thriller and action genre, I decided to do a documentary thriller. After filming scenes for our new idea, I began the editing process on Premiere Pro, which involved color correction and importing sound effects and audios. Redirection examples. On the left, you can see the concept poster for the action thriller genre, and on the right, you can see the documentary thriller concept poster. Key takeaways from the course. After taking the course, I have learned the importance of mood and tone in a trailer and how it affects the audience's experience, alongside technical elements and their significance. I have learned the ways that media affects our everyday life and the psychological effects it can take if it is consumed in heavy amounts, which is why healthy consumption of media should be promoted and a limitation on certain content.